Well, hello there everyone, welcome back to this Black Smokey Eye IGTV. So today we're going to be starting with skin, diving in with NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is my absolute fave. This is something that I don't use day to day because it is quite full coverage and honey, it's expensive. So this is like a special occasion foundation to me. This is what you guys will see me using on all my clients. This is shade Aruba, I believe it's like medium 5. I thought I'd picked up Barcelona, but clearly not because this is quite dark for me, even though I had tan on. So you just see me blending it into my hairline a little bit more and onto my ears because I am not going to deal with the hate I had for my everyday makeup tutorial. That was just so much fun listening to everyone rip into my pale hairline. So here we are rubbing it into my hairline. And just to please everyone, I put some on my ears as well. So then we're going to go in with the P. Louise Base Shade 3 on the eyelids. This is what is going to give me a nice smoked edge to my eyeshadow. So I like to fill my eyes in with a similar colour to my foundation because I don't want there to be a massive difference between my eyelids and my skin when it comes to looks, especially with a black look. So with black you want it to fade out to like a nice bronze, and obviously with this colour it's going to be able to do that. I'm just patting over with my sponge there just to take off any excess product anywhere on the face and on the eyelids, and just to smooth things over really. And then we're going underneath the eyes with the P. Louise Base Shade 1. I'm sure you guys are sick of me saying this now, but this is just the best under eye concealer. Like, come on, this is the most full coverage, lightweight, beautiful concealer. Like, it's just unreal. So I take it up to like towards my temples. You guys know this is to brighten up my face and to just give myself like a more highlighted cheekbone. And then I go in with my sponge and blend it out. Guys, if you're blending out your concealer with a brush, please take a long, hard look at yourself. You are just spending way too long on that area. Get your sponge doing all the work for you. And then the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in Pound Cake, just to set that all nicely. And then I'm just going over with my soaped up brows with some, just a makeup wipe just to get like any excess dust off or anything like that. And then with my Morphe M501, I'm going in with the MAC Oh Darling highlighter as usual. I go in with this brush if I want like a more natural look. Like, I know highlighter isn't natural, but it's quite a fluffy brush, so it spreads it out really evenly. And then the Dark Tan MAC bronzer, as always, just all over the face and the nose. And then you'll see later the body as well, just because that foundation choice was not wise. So my ultimate freckle trick, you guys know about this one. If you haven't seen it already, I've got an IGTV on this actual method. It's like a full in-depth video on it. So if you guys want to see that, please go to my page and have a look for it. I'm just going over those freckles now just to sort of dampen them down a little bit, like just to get them a little bit more subtle on the face, if you get me. So I'm going over my eyes again. Nothing on my brush this time. I'm just getting rid of the freckles that were on my eyelids because I'm obviously going to be putting eyeshadow on them, so I don't want them to be visible on my eyes. And then the MAC Just a Pinch blush. This is my favourite blusher of all time. It's so pretty. And it blends in with your bronzer really nicely, so it's a really, really good peachy foundation if you guys want to try that one out. And I'm just going over my body highlight with MAC Oh Darling and a big Spectrum brush there. Oh, itchy nose hen again. And then we're going to start the eyes with a very different method. This is something I haven't done before. So this is my contour stick, my Revolution contour stick in the shade F13. So what I'm doing with a really small fluffy brush is just going in the shape that I want my eyeshadow to be in. So basically what I'm hoping this is going to do is cling on to my darker shadows and give it like a darker base, so it kind of blends itself out rather than gets all muddy and all stuff like that. So this was basically my idea to getting it to sort of blow out really gently. So the first shade I'm going to go in with on my actual lids is the black from the Mitchell palette. All these shades are from the Mitchell palette, by the way. I'm not currently looking at the palette, so I'm just going to say what kind of shade they are rather than the name, because I never remember. But this is the black shade, and I'm going all over my lid, and I'm just building that colour up to make it nice and opaque. And you'll see, like, not right now is it going to be right the way up to my crease, and it's not going to be the darkest, because you'll see all the other shades going on top of it. And then I'll just go back in with that black to darken it up again, so do not stress if you don't think this is dark enough yet. So after the black, I'm going to go in with a dark brown shade on a really fluffy brush. So when you're working with black, you've got to make sure to use quite a few brushes, because otherwise it's going to get messy. So this is the dark brown in the Mitchell palette, and I'm going round the edges of that black. They're slightly winged out just a little bit. You can see the guide of my contour stick that I painted on my eyes. This is my guide for how blown out I want it to be. So this is a really good technique if you guys need a little bit more assistance in like your shape and getting your shape defined. So I'm now moving the black up slightly. You'll see every time I blend the edges out, I go back into my black, darken it up again and bring it up just a little bit higher, because I'm not so scared of that black when the darker shades have been laid down ready for me to build up with. So back in with that dark brown shade and building up those edges, and then my favourite step, which is the bronzer. So the bronzer is going right around the edges of this shadow to really help to bring it out and to make it nice and smoky. So this is going to be something that's going to be done in stages. I'm going to go all the way up those shades to the lighter ones and then back down to the darker ones and the black. So the darker colours that you use, basically, the more you're going to need to go up and down those shades to make sure that they're all standing out individually. You can see me gradually building up that wing now, so just go in ever so slightly with your black, and then go back in with your dark brown, back in with your bronzer, and then back down those shades. So you want to gently tease that end out, and don't do it in one big movement, or don't get too like overzealous with your dark colours, because that's what's going to ruin it. You want to move in really small stages with black, because it can go wrong so easily. I'm using that bronzer again around the edges just to tease around the top blend and around the edges. So now I'm going in with my Barry M waterproof bold liner just along the lash line. So sad it cut out the part where I did like this sort of extended inner corner, but you guys will see after I've lined my waterline here, I take my little fine art brush and I sort of tease that inner corner out just to get it nice and pointy and sharp. So there we have it, the lash is on and we're doing some mascara. So this is the Primark Wonder Lash Mascara. It is my absolute fave. And if you guys have noticed, I've left the under eye clean because I feel like with such a heavy top eye, I just don't want to overdo it too much. I feel like eyeshadow looks always look better on me if I leave the bottom lash line clean, if you get me. And now I'm going to go in with the MUA liner in Sincere. So you'll see after I've used this liner, I do go in with MAC Cork, but right on the edges, because I wanted a bit more of like a 90s looking lip. And I feel like MAC Cork is that perfect brown liner, but it's too much for me if I wear it on my whole lips. So just on the edges will do, just to sort of give it that ombre effect. And then again, I know you're sick of it, but I use this Primark Naked matte lipstick because it's just my absolute favourite. And there we have it, we're pretty much done. So you'll see me hop on in a sec with my other eye done, but I hope you guys didn't find that too hard, and please let me know if you try that contour stick method out before you start your actual powder shadows. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if you decide to recreate it. See ya!